Hi Scorpio, this is your forecast for the month of December 2016. This is a general reading for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, or Scorpio Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a personal reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, provided on the link at the upper corner. If you have visited the site before, you will need to clear your browser's cache for the schedule button to function properly. So Scorpio, let me thank you for taking some time out of your life to spend with me. So the first week of December is an important week for you. This is a major card. So on the mundane level, this could be about travel, about money, about your car. But this could be some type of change that's taking place for the better. Maybe this is a week of good luck for you. You're making some advancement. There's some opportunity or important development that crosses your path this week. There are some improvements or some rapid changes taking place. Maybe there's a fortunate turn of events and you get some kind of lucky break. This could also indicate that you've ended one phase of something and you're now entering the next phase of something else. But now the wheel can turn either way. So for some of you, we don't know. Maybe this is a turn for the worse. There could be some unexpected setbacks or some bad luck, or maybe things are just kind of in limbo, or there's some disappointment, or you feel stuck in a rut, or maybe you're out of sync with regard to a situation, or maybe there's even some resistance to some beneficial changes. But the key for you this week is to gain a fresh perspective. That is your ticket to success this week. So however you're thinking, however you're interacting with others, your attitude, your outlook, your behavior is going to create instant karma in a situation. And whatever you do, so you have a lot of bearing on situations this week, and however you handle them, that can immediately change the course of something that has been hanging in the balance for you. So any kind of dilemmas that you are encountering, whether those are financial, those are going to motivate you emotionally to be more resourceful, and vice versa. So you will feel strengthened in your resolve this week, whatever the case. And you will find that sometimes what you thought was not the right path or the right decision or the wrong choice is in fact the best thing for you. And it could be even the choice that leads you toward victory. So this week, take on more, be willing to go above and beyond, volunteer more. This is going to help you, again, improve your chance for success. And it's going to be easy for you to take charge of some things and make some changes in order for things to turn out better than you had even hoped. So as soon as you realize your own personal power, your own personal strengths, the easier it's going to be and the more quickly you're going to overcome any personal challenges. So remember, regardless of what's going on, if you're feeling any kind of setbacks or disappointments, don't allow that to get in the way of new opportunities that are going to be crossing your path because of any past mistakes that you may have made. This is a new cycle. And so there is luck running through things definitely for you, even if you can't see it. It may seem insignificant to you right now or small, or you may be oblivious to it, but things are working for you and in your favor. So any kind of situation or something that didn't go your way, that you felt disappointed about, on some level, just know that it's quite possible that it's a blessing in disguise. So because things are in flux for you this week, it's easy for you to be impatient, intolerant. And if people are giving you suggestions or they're making comments, you may take offense with that, even if it's meant to be constructive. So be careful of blocking any suggestions that could help you improve things, because that's going to keep you spinning on this wheel. So this is a week for you to be confident about your own personal strengths, your own resolve, and that confidence this week, depending on how you deal with situations, it's either going to be challenged or you're going to be rewarded for it. This is when this card shows up, it's possible that you are expecting too much out of life, or you're expecting too little. So things could go either way for you. And remember, you have a lot of influence on which way this wheel is going to spin this week. So this could be a time where you really need to focus on, again, doing more, going above and beyond, putting your love out there to others, being open to receiving love, opening your heart, loving yourself. And for some of you, you need to make some changes to bring more love into your life. And it looks like that happens in the second week of December, because you have this Ace of Cups. There is a new beginning for you emotionally. So some of you, maybe you are experiencing changes in love and you're falling in love. This could be a new relationship, or, you're feeling sensual about something, or there's some emotional renewal. Some of you, that energy is directed into some creative enterprise, or you're reviving a relationship or partnership. But Spirit is offering love to you. This is love in its purest sense. Your cup is running over. So now for some of you, you feel so much that it's overwhelming. This could be even increased intuition and psychism. But this is everything working in tandem. Your mind, your body, your spirit. And this is going to be a week where it's going to be virtually impossible for you not to share your feelings. You're going to find it hard to keep your feelings to yourself. So you may step out there and make some kind of declaration or passionate vow, or maybe you're putting a proposal out there, or maybe you're getting that. And you could be surprised, or you could be surprising someone else with just this beautiful gesture of romance or love. And again, maybe there's something has rolled in on this wheel of fortune, some new relationship, and this is, love at first sight. For others of you, things may not be going so well. There may be a sense of losing love, or unrequited love, or feeling some unhappiness. Maybe you're feeling unloved or rejected. Maybe you're brokenhearted. Some of you are avoiding emotional attachments. Or someone may be toying with someone's emotions, or being self-centered. So there could be a lack of emotional benefit. And so for some of you this week, there could be a stressful period where you're in an argument or a quarrel with someone that you love, and you may feel overwhelmed by that emotionally. I hope that's not the case. It can be very stressful around the holidays. At its best, this could be a week, again, of some kind of spiritual awakening, where you feel a very strong connection to perhaps nature, to humanity. You feel spirit in your everyday life. For others of you, you are overwhelmed emotionally, and there's a need for you to ground yourself. Whatever changes are taking place, you're maybe having difficulty coping with those. Now, the third week, you do have this card that I really don't like, the Five of Swords, because you're finding yourself in some kind of no-win situation, and possibly something where you've been going in circles with it. This is negative energy. And maybe some changes took place earlier in the month, and you just felt the need to express your displeasure with them. And, there was some tension that played out, like an argument or whatever. And, there could be negative energy this week. Be careful of theft this week. I mean, we're in the holidays, so keep up with your credit cards. Be careful of your internet shopping, being in, dicey areas or risky situations, because this can be indicative of theft. But there are issues this week about not following the group. I'm going to do it my way. There could be, again, criminal activity, some power plays, something that brings about some type of misfortune, something that is disturbing. This could just be some insensitivity or some limitations, people being selfish or destructive, tactless. There could be this competitive feeling of one-upmanship and tit for tat, where you really don't get anywhere. If you win a battle, you actually end up losing the war, or you won, but it doesn't feel very good. There are casualties in the war. For others of you, there could be issues where there's some dishonesty or a turn for the worse. There's a focus on winning, and winning is everything. So this is a week to be very careful about overstepping boundaries. This is the ultimate do-it-yourself card, the card of self-reliance, self-interest. And so you may have that attitude, or that may be, coming at you. You could be frustrated given what has happened, but this frustration could work for you. It could motivate you to do something that you should have done a long time ago. Maybe you've been putting up with some things that you shouldn't, and now it's time for you to put your foot down. However, being impatient or overconfident can make you do something foolish or take some unnecessary risks. So this is going to be a week where if you have felt any self-doubt or lack of confidence, remember you were urged to rely on your personal strength and will to change situations. So this could be a week where you put all those inhibitions aside, the reluctance, whatever was holding you back, and you decide to move forward and go ahead and tackle issues and address matters that you have been either wondering about or worrying about. And regardless of what the outcome is, you just want to get it out in the open and move it along. So you may be realizing this week that you've been taking some things for granted, and for too long, too much, situations, people, yourself, even your health. And because of that, something could come up that sort of gives you some pause, or turns your world upside down a little bit, or even wounds your pride. So again, you're being urged to be careful about your physical safety, be careful of any medications and the side effects. Make sure that you're getting the proper diagnosis for any illness that you have this week, because you can place yourself in situations where you are very easily distracted, or you're not paying attention, or because you're upset or annoyed, you end up, being involved in a misunderstanding or some unfortunate situation where there's an accident because you weren't paying attention, because you were feeling all of this emotion. So be careful. Now you have this wheel, pay attention to your driving, not only yours, that of other people. Be mindful of others. So this could be a week where you're going in circles, either trying to begin or end something. And you may need to sort of take a time out and seek some sanctuary for yourself, spend some time alone to re-energize, or, think some things over. And you do that by listening to your higher self. This could be a week, given everything that has gone on. Maybe, you're overwhelmed. There's been so much happening, and you just need to rest. You need to break away from the pack and withdraw. Now, the last week you have the Six of Cups. So maybe there's a focus on your child, or you're connecting to old friends, or, family ties, childhood friends, former lovers, anything that's connected to your past. So this could be a week of renewing those old ties or rekindling something from the past. And it's a good week for happy memories, for, connecting with family. Some of you, maybe you're starting something new. There's an offer for a new job, or obviously this is the holiday season, so there's a lot of exchange of sentiment, gifts, love. So some of you, last week you had the Five of Swords, this no-win situation. This week there could be an indication that because of that, you are still clinging to the past. You're not willing to make some changes to adapt to what your present circumstances are. Or maybe you have connections to your children that are non-productive. There's an inability to cut those apron strings, or you can't let go of some old emotional ties that are really unproductive. There could also be some repercussions that crop up because of an old love affair, or a matter from the past, or something that you were hoping for could be postponed or delayed this week. And again, maybe you're worrying about your children. But this is going to be a week where, in the best of a situation, you are acknowledging how far you've come and the blessings that you have received thus far. Things may smooth over this week. If you were having a difficult time last week, this could be a week where there's some peace being made, some peace with the past, and maybe you get some overdue vindication. Maybe someone says, "I'm sorry," or they release you from some blame that they were placing on you. This could be a week where there's an opportunity for you to express your gratitude, your appreciation, and to receive that in kind. Something that you've done, for someone, something good could show up. There may be a return on that this week. And again, you're already a very intuitive sign. This could be a week where you have some experiences that where your intuition kicks in and gives you some answers, or you can see things before they happen. You may have some interesting dreams that are prophetic for you this week, or some periods, some episodes of deja vu that occur. But this is definitely a week where you're going to hear something about someone, or you're going to connect to someone from your past. And it's possible that there's some doors that open for you that you thought were closed. It's also likely, again, if you're in a problematic situation, that something comes up, something that you overlooked, some past indiscretion, mistake, error on your part, or perhaps a medical situation is going to rise to the surface and put you at some kind of disadvantage this week. So you could very well hear from somebody or deal with somebody that you don't want to see. But this, on the positive, maybe you're bringing some idea to life, and you're reconnecting to the past to bring that back. Maybe you're attracting what you desire. There's something, a connection. Or maybe you're influencing other people. Or again, you finally come to terms with that this is a time where you need to take action, you need to take some steps. Now, the underlying energy is the strength. So you may have a strong connection with Leo persons this week. Some of you may have been dealing with something as minor as going in circles with your child about a pet. And maybe, that's the issue. Maybe your child wanted a pet for Christmas, and you were, going back and forth about whether you should indeed purchase that. But for most of you, this is about the power of conviction. Your inner strength, acting on that strength, being patient, being wise, asserting yourself, but not through in-your-face force, but by gentle persuasion. This is a non-violent, peaceful approach. There's also personal empowerment issues this month, and issues of self-reliance, endurance, and the proper channeling of your instincts, mastering yourself, whether that's your anger, your passion. This could also be a month of being creative. Maybe you are trying to bring something to life and creativity is in focus. It's going to be very important for you to use diplomacy and tact this month, especially if you're trying to reconcile some situations. You're having to use your willpower to overcome something. And for some of you, maybe you're being a loyal friend, or maybe that's what you need this month. But just know that at some point, this can be very hectic during the holiday season. It's important for you to take the time out, to sometimes break away from the pact in order for you to gain your peace of mind, and to reaffirm your own confidence in yourself and your own conviction. And it's during these times that you are able to find a solution, when you take a time out and step back from a situation. So you're going to have the strength to deal with whatever you need to this month, regardless of what it is. But mastering your passion is important, because acting through anger or frustration is only going to create additional problems for you. So be careful, because this is a month where it's particularly important to recognize that your mental health is tying into your physical well-being. So you may be holding on to something. You may be holding on to the past, or trying to overmanage your children, or trying to rekindle something. And holding on is actually creating more difficulty for you than it would be if you were to just let go and start over. So you have to determine, what is best for you. Now, again, having your faith in yourself and in a situation is going to give you some peace of mind, especially if you know that you have been giving your all, giving your best. And as I said, this is going to be a month where your intuition is going to be uncannily on point. So try to do some things where maybe you get out in nature, you take a walk, you go to the beach, you have some quiet time. This is going to rejuvenate you and allow you to tap into that intuition in order to find some answers. Now, this card is warning you this month not to maintain that sense of self-confidence and self-empowerment. Do not allow any rejections, any failures, anyone, trying to come at you, or just the fear of being alone to keep you in a place where you settle. You deserve the best. So don't settle for less. Don't take the easy way out when it's not what you want, and when it's not even what you deserve. Be careful of your passions and blaming other people. This can work both ways. So make sure you're not blaming other people, or you're seeing what you want to see and ignoring what you don't want to see, or just hearing what you want to hear. Not letting go of situations that went off track in the past is going to keep you chained in some way and block you from having your happy future. So this is a week where your strength is going to be tested. There's opportunity for change this month. I'm sorry, I said this week, but this card is for the month. There's opportunity for change this month. You know, if you have a dream, follow that dream. This could be a period where you decide to take on a new identity for yourself. There's a need for change in some area of your life this month. And so situations are largely going to tie into getting clarification, getting clear on situations, your partnerships, repairing, improving things in order to allow you to operate more efficiently in your daily life. And also it's going to tie into situations that have changed or have the possibility of changing your life in some way. Issues that tie into people, situations, matters that are very important to you and your destiny. All right, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I would greatly appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and kind comments. For those of you who have already offered your support, please know that I'm grateful and committed to you. The more you engage with me, the more I enjoy what I'm doing. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I look forward to speaking with you next month.